not holding a gun on my screen.
Me?
Yes, you. Oh, now you are.
Okay. So, there's one question that I find interesting. Is it better to fail or never try?
Well, that one ultimately is just context. There are some things where, even if you fail, you learn from the experience and move on. Like, you learn from the experience and grow from it, even though you failed. Like, trying to solve a math problem. You failed to solve the problem, but now you're slightly better at math or whatever. However, generally it's a better thing to not try to conquer a country than to fail to do so.
Yeah.
I wonder if the ring's environment systems are malfunctioning, or if the designers wanted the installation to happen.
Oh, no, that was...
I didn't think there were any.
Yeah, the whole thing you mentioned earlier about the failing but learning from your mistakes and doing better next time. That's kind of just how machine learning algorithms work.
Yeah, well, it's a very simple hands-off form of learning.
It's just do it when you fail. Don't do it that way. And that's where the beautifully flawed definition of insanity comes in, where they're like, yeah, insanity is trying the same exact thing again despite the fact that it failed.
It's such a bad definition.
It is. Where did I leave the thing?
There's a sword guy.
Yeah, I noticed that. Ah!
On a similar note, I forgot the melee button and died. But
Q.
yeah, I figured it out.
Where did I drop my gun? There it is. Oh, no, I don't want that. Okay.
Looking for this?
Yes!
Oh, no, I think you're looking for this one. Oh.
Oh, well then let's go get it, assuming that in unloading the area I didn't despawn it where. Oh, there it is. Haha, nice. Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. The beautifully flawed definition of insanity.
Yes.
And it's a fun definition, it just doesn't work.
Which, I mean, to be fair, insanity is kind of a vague concept, but that seems almost unrelated to insanity.
Yeah. It's like... Remember how I fixed the printer that one time?
Yeah. So, like,
I just kept doing the same thing over and over again, and then it worked. It just worked one time.
yeah. So, saying that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a change that seems almost like saying the definition of illness is sneezing.
Yeah. It might be a symptom of some kinds,
Or I feel like sneezing is too common actually for proper comparison.
fever. Let's say fever.
Insomnia. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
Definition of illness is insomnia. You can't sleep.
Wait.
I mean, well, there are illnesses that prevent sleep. That's
Still a bad definition.
yeah.
Also, another thing that makes that definition of insanity really bad is what are we gonna do with it? How is that a useful definition?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like the legal definition of insanity is slightly better in that it's useful in a context,
yeah,
but it's still too specific to be just a broad definition.
but it works well in the context of the law.
And
I think there's a sniper rifle in this area, and I want it. There it is.
I wonder if I can kill this wraith with just the plasma pistol.
Good question. There's a rocket launcher over there, but you go ahead and try that. I'm gonna get this vehicle. Ghost.
Ow. A marine just hit me with a ghost. I'm dead.
So's the mortar tank. Because I think that's what they were calling them in this game.
Hmm.
I saw that.
I feel like being educated is like meeting the baseline requirements of knowledge in any given field. Well,
Right.
knowledge, general capabilities.
Then we've got that so poorly put together that in a lot of situations, people who are declared educated don't meet that baseline.
Which, I mean, kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Colleges inevitably cannot teach everything.
Mm-hmm. Also, that leads to another interesting question, which is, what is intelligence?
I, I
'Cause-
think that intelligence is generally measured as being IQ
Right, but you know how they measure
and vice
IQ?
versa. Yeah,
That's generally your ability to solve problems or puzzles or whatever. That's what most IQ tests measure. Is, can you solve this quickly? So there is knowledge required for intelligence. By
I think,
how we measure it anyway.
yeah, I think the idea is that intelligence is completely separate from knowledge. Like, being more intelligent can allow you to become like more knowledgeable easier. That can help you learn and such. But being more knowledgeable by no means makes you more intelligent.
Right, but it will help you score better on how we measure it.
Not a whole lot.
Right.
As I
but,
understand
I was
it,
looking at
there's-
IQ tests, and oftentimes those will be almost solely math-based. Not entirely,
Yeah.
but like, they are very math-heavy. So if you just don't know math, then society will dub you stupid. That is a remarkably narrow set of skills to judge someone by. I need health.
You need help?
Health.
Well, I don't know where any is.
Okay.
That's fine. Come on, floor it.
I'm just sitting here like,
Ah! I need a medic bag!
that doesn't work as well if you don't use the audio bit, but yeah, that's something interesting. Is intelligence feels entirely separate from knowledge, but it's not. At least,
Well-
not how we measure it.
So as I understand it, studying for an IQ test, like that, if you study and prepare for it, it doesn't impact the final results a whole lot. It does impact them. But not by like extremely huge margin or anything.
I'm gonna go to this equipment stash here because there might be health. Yeah, there's health here. Okay. You're welcome. Did you catch what I was doing there?
No.
Okay. I was sniping,
Okay.
and I took out the hunters.
They were hunters.
Mm-hmm. There were.
Showtime.
Oh, yeah, there were hunters. I see them now. Okay. I guess I don't get a ghost.
Covering fire.
There are two more right here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
One
It-
more right here.
Okay, over here.
It teleported me to you, and as such teleported me out of the ghost.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
You can't hide from me. That'll teach him. I had that one. Now that's what I'm talking about. What was that? Engaging multiple targets. You like that?
I really hate it when we have these long, awkward pauses, but I don't know what to talk about. And the game is fun. Oh dear.
Come on.
I feel like the ghosts are substantially harder to control on PC than controller. Or maybe I'm just really bad at it. I think
Maybe
there
this
might...
version of the ghosts.
Yeah, this version specifically. It just...
The other ghosts are way easier on PC.
Oh man, what a mess!
Okay, I was pointed much further down than that. I don't think this gun is very accurate.
Well, both times you missed was by... You were shooting further above where you thought you were.
Yeah, but those other stuff that is also messy.
Well, I just clipped into the wall. The wall, and the back half of the ghost clipped into it, and then I just kind of came back out.
Hmm.
Hey, leave some for me! There it is! Oh yeah!
That was kind of odd.
I thought the Covenant had eliminated all the Marine forces in this area.
Wow, there he is! Back me up! Don't lose him! Anybody else hear that? Oh man, Covenant dropship inbound! Take cover! The Covenant are dropping in behind us! We're trapped! Covering fire! Want some more? Not a scratch.
So, my mind leads to a hotly debated topic of adjustable difficulty in games. And like, a lot of people say no, we should have it, just have it only people who can play the game. But that, I tend to disagree with that. I'm not gonna say you should put an easy mode in your hard game, but maybe you should, because it's an accessibility nightmare.
Yeah. And
It's like, I can't think of any reason why you would have it only have a hard difficulty. Like, there's budget and time constraints, and so I'll give you that. But assuming those don't exist, there's why would you only put the one difficulty in?
oh,
Because there's the thing, more options is good, generally.
generally. However,
Like-
there are some instances in which I could see it defeating the purpose. Like, can you imagine if they put an easy mode on getting over it?
Yeah, they would have to kind of fundamentally rebuild the game.
Well, and that would just be dumb and missing the point.
Yeah. So, that's an instance in which, yeah, it's fine.
I'm going to say neither of them are fundamentally correct, having an easy mode or not.
Yeah. It's kind of a case-by-case
Yeah.
deal. I'm low on health, by the way. But, like, if you want the game to be harder, just set it to hard. And,
Oh,
like, I'm not entirely sure I understand where people are coming from with their arguments of don't put easy mode in. Because some games, like Getting Over It, just aren't very conducive to that sort of change. because that's a specific style of game that just doesn't change very easily like that.
I think the argument is less, no, force me to do it on hard mode, and more a concern that there are some games where it could fundamentally destroy the experience to make it easier and like dumb it down.
Right.
So
And yeah, that's a thing. But
also,
they
yeah,
weren't, I'm not sure
having
they
an
were
easy
talking
mode.
about that. They were talking about games like Dark Souls, which I admittedly have not played nor seen really anything about, and that's intentional. But
What I've heard about Dark Souls is that it is probably more one of the games where just putting in a difficulty slider could fundamentally break it.
okay, well, maybe you know
Well,
more
like,
about it than I
not
do.
in that the game no longer works. Like, it will crash or anything.
But like
more-
the experience just isn't the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, but at the same time, just label, yeah, you're supposed to play on this difficulty. So that's
Yes,
that's where
but-
difficulties like normal are. It might still be tough, but just have that normal. But the
problem
thing,
comes in when people play on easy and then are like, oh, the game's bad, and then stop playing the game instead of changing it to the recommended difficulty.
and see, that is entirely their fault and has nothing to do with the developers.
Yeah, but
What gets me
That-
is when
that's-
you do put an easy mode in, and then people don't play it because pride or something, and then they complain that the game is too hard.
that is,
That is just
Very different.
dumb.
yeah.
Time to initiate some speedrun skips.
So, also, I don't think Dark Souls is really compatible with an easy mode, given that it's also a PvP game.
It has multiplayer?
Yeah,
I thought it was like a legendary single player experience.
that
Okay,
too.
I made it. Let's go.
It is legendary single player experience. It is also a multiplayer game with both co-op and PvP, I think. So, and with my understanding of how it works, having a difficulty slider seems kind of odd.
Well, I don't understand how it works and don't want to know.
Yeah, which is why I'm not now explaining my broken understanding of it.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, that's an invisible guy. I was just kind of like, what's that floating thing? That seems weird.
The invisible guys in this game don't have shields, so they're actually quite vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know that much about Dark Souls, so I maybe shouldn't have brought it up as an example of they probably could put easy mode in this.
Yeah.
Let me think of something else. I don't know.
There's Doom, which is just a non-argument because it does have an easy mode.
Right, and that's the one where people wouldn't play on the easy mode and then complain it was too hard.
Yeah.
This must be the control.
Like, oh, it
I took out the
was way
pilot.
too hard. I was playing on the hardest difficulty, but yeah, it's like,
Alright, I got the Banshee. And just pulling out all the speedrun skips. Alright, I'm gonna see if this teleports you.
oh, a Banshee decided to ram me,
Well,
so I'm
Yeah.
very dead.
that was interesting timing because Sword Elite was coming at me.
What was... Did you see that what the Elite was just doing there?
That pyramid structure. Bringing up the to get us inside.
Ah,
It-
the pilot got it. Oh,
I started charging the plasma pistol and the Elite went all melee pox on me.
oh. I hate it when they do that. They do that less in later games, if I recall correctly. Unless you play on Legendary, in which case they will still do it.
Like, the animation was broken.
Hmm. The first Banshee took off, and then I took the second one.
Yeah. And I'm just having a gunfight with this Wraith.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna open the door, but this time I'm going to use vehicle tactics.
I think so far it's a tie, because it's not done any damage to me, and I don't have enough ammo to kill it.
Ow! I just died. But I did get the sword guy that was over there. Also, could you respawn me? Oh!
I forgot about fall damage.
Yeah, I was like, you're not supposed to jump for that skip.
I respawned yet?
No. Why are you going all the way up? Ah! Okay, now I'm
so
back.
that you can respawn. I was waiting for you to... I'm dead.
I am at 1. So... that could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I slipped. I didn't mean to jump that far down.
Yeah, I also slipped.
It's almost
But
as if
at
it's cold and snowy and icy in this area.
But I slipped at the very top. So... I didn't mean to fall that distance.
Oh yeah, I am now Sans Sniper. Yeah, there should only be a couple guys left. I found my sniper rifle though. Mission complete.
Yay!
This is it. Halo's control center. That terminal, try there.
You all right?
Never been better. You can't imagine the wealth of information. The knowledge, so much, so fast. It's glorious.
So, what sort of weapon is it?
What are you talking about?
Let's stay focused. Halo, how do we use it against the Covenant?
This ring isn't a cudgel, you barbarian. It's something else. Something much more important. The Covenant were right. This ring... it's Forerunner. Give me a second to access. Yes, the Forerunner built this place, what they called a fortress world, in order to... Wait. No, that can't be. Oh, those Covenant fools. They must have known. There must have been signs.
Slow down. You're losing me.
The Covenant found something. Buried in this ring. Something horrible. And now, they're afraid.
Something buried? Where?
The Captain. We've got to stop the Captain.
Keys? What
The
do we...
weapons cache he's looking for. It's not really... We can't let him get inside.
I don't understand.
There's no time. Get out of here, find keys, stop him. Before it's too late!